beat right there. Oh, how I miss the 80s.
We love the 80s, we miss the 80s.
We love the 80s, we miss the 80s.
The 1980s was so very nice. I watched every episode of Miami Vice. Everything seemed so simple, fun and light, and the colors, they were oh so bright. The most important thing that made you pray was that you never had to run out of hairspray. Today we laughed at the trends and fads, and yes, I did use the shoulder pads. Both men and women used a lot of makeup, and Maradona dazzled us in the World Cup. And today, it may be hard to see that we only had 2 channels on the TV. We listened to a vinyl record or a cassette, and we were fine with not having internet. There was a magical, hysterical reaction every time we heard or saw Michael Jackson. Carola got famous as a teen, and we loved Madonna, Prince and Springsteen. 80's won the Eurovision contest, and every boy stared at Samantha's breast. Best legs belonged to Tina, but best overall body belonged to Sabrina. Björn Borg retired and ABBA broke up. It was like, what the fuck?
We love the 80s, we miss the 80s.
We love the 80s, we miss the 80s.
In the 80s, I had important rules like never miss an episode of Hill Street Blues. Another TV show that I also saw was the one called LA Law. And on Saturday evenings, you know what I was doing? I wondered who shot J.R. Ewing. Soap operas in the 80s was the best. There were Dallas, Dynasty and Falcon Crest. In Elf, you had the family Tanner, and the Incredible Hulk was David Banner. And I remember it felt like a real blow if I missed an episode of The Cosby Show. And I admit, I did shed some tears when they decided to cancel Cheers. And if you didn't know what the US Civil War was about, you can watch the Syria North and South.
We love the 80s, we miss the 80s.
We love the 80s, we miss the 80s.
I remember back when I was a youth, if you had to make a call, you needed a phone booth. Gay people died almost systematic by this new disease, the AIDS epidemic. Yuppies made money on the stock market while Premier Olof Palme became a target. But was Christer Pettersson really the killer? I didn't care, I just listened to Thriller. Neither Reagan or Thatcher were noble. A nuclear disaster happened in Chernobyl. We had the Cold War and the Berlin Wall, but in '89 it finally did fall. The Soviet Union had an awesome hockey team, and Freddy Krueger got into your dream. Eddie Murphy had the best funny joke, and it was war between Pepsi and Coke.
We've done an opening number. The people were nice enough to greet us warmly. We've done the opening number. Let's get on with the show.
This is me scratching serious talk. Yeah, cut it out. Cut it out.
We love the 80s, we miss the 80s.
We love the 80s, we miss the 80s.
Kids play with the monkey Monchichi, the movie of the decade, E.T. A young Mike Tyson became a real menace, and Sweden was the best country in tennis. All I ever did was read comic books while Rob Lowe and Tom Cruise had the looks. Young people were longing for the day when they finally got the new issue of OK. Bon Jovi and Twisted Sisters were big names, and Carl Lewis won the Olympic Games. There were a lot of German music like Alphaville, and Jason Voorhees really loved to kill. Black people's hairstyle was the Jerry curl, and USA for Africa sang We Are the World. Stallone did sequels to Rocky and Rambo, and I played Game & Watch by Nintendo.
Frågar du verkligen det? Men vad sa Patrik då? Sa han att han gillar Tove? Kommer Patrik på klassfesten ikväll?
Yeah, let's do some more 80's rhymes, you know what I'm saying? Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox. If you wanted to rent it, you needed a movie box. You used the sunbed to get a tan. The video games were Super Mario and Pac-Man. I was never a fan of the waterbed, but I really liked the group Simply Red. Jane Fonda, she was kind of nice, and she was really good at exercise. We learned about the new dance Lambada, and Palestine had the first Intifada. Whitney Houston's voice was pure heaven. The stock market crashed in '87. Run DMC had no shoelace, and Krista McAuliffe never made it to space. Kylie Minogue was oh so cute, and a reverend got busted with a prostitute.
Hårdrock, ja, det är den typ av rock som vi har läst rätt mycket om i tidningarna. Bland annat det amerikanska bandet W.A.S.P. We are Satans people. Vi är Satans folk.
Yeah, we're gonna do some more 80's style right about now, you know what I'm saying? Let's go! Keep it funky. Like that. Oh yeah. Here we go. Political struggles started to fade. Instead, we got big charities like Live Aid. But Thomas Sankara had a real solution. In Burkina Faso, he led a revolution. In the 80s, there was no shame in being rich. But if you didn't have money, life was a bitch. The message was to shop, shop, shop until you drop, drop, drop. People went to banks and wanted to borrow. They started shopping like there was no tomorrow. But after some reached fortune and fame, they started to snort cocaine. And after that, some got to the next phase, which meant using free base. And then came a drug that was cheap and whack. Nancy Reagan said, just say no to crack.
Paolo. Paolo. Nej. Paolo. Huk rakt av. Ja, precis. Vad är det? Bas på det. Ja, visst, visst. 3, 4.
Yeah, Stockholm, Sweden, y'all.
We love the 80s, we miss the 80s.
We love the 80s, we miss the 80s.
It turned out Ben Johnson was a cheater, but Flojo, I would hope that's beneath her. Steve Jobs and Apple created Mac, and the girl in Poltergeist said they're back. Comedies in the 80s was so much fun. I loved Airplane and Cannonball Run. There was a big explosion in hip-hop. Once you start listening to it, you couldn't stop. And it was great if you were a basketball nerd. We had Magic and Lakers versus Celtics and Bird. Lionel Richie could really write a song like Hello or All Night Long. A 16-year-old Brooke Shields felt fine in her very tight Calvin Klein. And I almost forgot to say, rest in peace to John Lennon and Marvin Gaye.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
The question, jerk!
What's the problem? You were scared, weren't you?
Music videos started to advance and we were impressed by graffiti and breakdance. Dolly Parton's bra was easily filled. In Grenada, Maurice Bishop got killed. I started my studies in '82 and 9 years later I was finally through. I didn't have good grades in school, but I compensated that by being real cool. And I really felt proud and tall when I was a goalkeeper in football. I was in love with Susanne and Jenny. Did I get kisses? I got plenty. I would say I had a great upbringing. My only regret, I didn't start singing. The 1980s, you are the best by far. So good night, the 80s, wherever you are.
Save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's dead. Real night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller. Thriller night. 'Cause I can feel you more than any ghost would ever dare try. So let me hold you tight and share up together.
Skål, ta med fan!
Nej men det är jättesnyggt. Jag kan borsta ut åt det.
Kommer aldrig bli bra igen.
Jo bra, men lite fluffigt hår, det är bara snyggt.
Så här kan jag bara inte se ut.